It's definitely one of those movies that after you watch this movie, you want to see this film again to connect the dots that the film is presenting. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is ICD Movie Reviews. My name is On the Brinkcat, and welcome, guys, to my very last movie review for 2025. I cannot believe this year is coming to an end. It's really, really sad. It's just been too fast this year. Now we are moving on to 2026, so let's end off a movie review for 2025 with a bang with the latest psychological thriller film, The Housemaid. This movie is directed by Feig and stars Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Sklenar. A struggling young woman is relieved by the chance for the fresh start as a housemaid for a wealthy couple. Soon she discovers that the family's secrets are far more dangerous than her own. Now, this movie is based on a popular book franchise with the same name. I have not read any of the books, so I'm not going to compare this movie to the book. I'm just comparing this movie as a movie, and I'm keeping this review as vague as possible because, yes, this is a very twisted movie, so I'm not going to spoil any elements from this movie. You are safe here. I'm just judging the movie on its own. I honestly wasn't excited for this movie. Maybe it's because of how the trailers was presented for this movie. The way the trailers was for this movie, it just looks like one of those chick flick psychological thriller movies that we see in Screen Gems even do. That's what it kind of felt like for me when I saw the trailers of the film. Despite that, I love seeing Miss Sweeney. I love Amanda Seyfried. Sklenar is becoming a huge star right now. There's just something about the trailers that I just felt like, this doesn't look good for me. And especially that the trailer shows in so many movies that I have seen. Like, every time I go to the cinema, I always see the trailer for Housemaid. I'm just getting more or less excited for the film. And Feig, you know, he's a very mixed bag director. He does really good jobs with comedies. Also, he made one of the most controversial films, I would say, the last decade, the 2016's Ghostbusters. But with a simple favor, he is good at doing, like, each comedies and thrillers. So, I'm giving him a chance here. So, for my last movie of 2025 to review, what do I think of The Housemaid? I gotta say, guys, this movie ended off 2025 with a surprising bang. The Housemaid is seriously one of the biggest surprises of 2025. This movie honestly blew me away from start to finish. Of course, let's talk about the cast in this movie first of all. First off, Sweeney. I always love this actress. I think she's an incredible actress. She's definitely becoming a rising star right now. She is really good in this movie, playing the woman that is literally struggling with her life right now. She has a very huge past that definitely explores a lot in the film, but she wanted a job as a housemaid to basically change her life around, and you definitely are with her character in this film investigating what is going on with this wealthy couple. But I gotta say, the biggest standout of this film, honestly, is Amanda Seyfried. She is incredible in this film. You can tell she plays a character that has a really huge secrets that, of course, I'm not going to spoil. This is going to be a very hard movie to review without spoiling, but I'll do the best I can. But she definitely plays a character that definitely has a lot of secrets in her hands, and I think Amanda Seyfried really brings it all to the film, and I think her chemistry with Sweeney is really well done in this film. Also, Sklenar in the film, definitely becoming a huge popularity right now. He was great in Drop that came out this year. I gotta say, he really impressed me in this film. He also has a lot of secrets in the film, and I thought his character is really investing in this film and has a great chemistry with both of the main actresses in the film. And I would agree with people. Sklenar should easily become the next Batman. I absolutely agree, especially after watching this film. There are a couple of moments where I'm like, yep, I see a little Bruce Wayne in him. I can really see that. So yeah, James Gunn, hire him as Batman. Maybe cast him in The Brave and the Bold. Please do. I think Sklenar definitely has some potential here. But basically the best way to explain The Housemaid without spoiling is that this movie is twisted. There is a lot of twists and turns that this movie presented that, I'm not gonna lie, 85% of this film, I did not see it coming. This film does a really good job of getting you invested in what is going on in the situation that the characters are in. It definitely builds up to a really good start to make you think, okay, how is this movie going to end? And I think Feig absolutely nails that in the film. It's definitely a very investing mystery from start to finish that is very well directed. The cinematography is fantastic in the film, and the screenplay of this movie that is adapted from this book, you felt so invested the whole way through. From the cast in the movie, their performances are fantastic, and the storylines, you really want to know what is going on and you want the answers to be answered. And I'm not gonna lie, there are some moments in this movie that I was literally not expecting the movie to go in that direction, and there's a lot of surprises in this film that I was honestly not expecting. Now, like I said, I have not read the book, so whoever has read the books for this movie, I don't know how they're going to react to this film. It's all about how familiar they know about the books. So, you know, for fans of the books, I'm not going to judge because I don't know how they're going to compare this film. But for casual moviegoers that want to see a movie that kind of brings back to those 90s psychological thriller films, this film is definitely for you. This film definitely has everything you want for a psychological thriller film to the table. It definitely brings back a lot of, you know, those old 90s nostalgic traits. And that's not a bad thing. I think this movie definitely brings back to those 90s psychological thriller films where you definitely feel so invested the whole way through from start to finish, like Fatal Attraction, for example. And I just gotta give props to Paul Feig. This is definitely one of his better films. He definitely directed this film so freaking well. I think my only issue that I have with The Housemaid is definitely its pacing. There are a couple of times where the movie really slows it down. This is like 2 hours and like 16 minutes, I think. If I'm not correct, I'll put the runtime down there. But definitely, this movie definitely feels long. It definitely had some moments in the film where I'm like, okay, can we just speed things along just a little bit? But I can get away with that because literally from start to finish of The Housemaid, I was invested the whole way through. And this film has so many twists and turns, so many big surprises that I was not expecting. And also thanks to the three main leads, they really bring this film to the table. So that's the most vaguest review that I can ever bring out with The Housemaid, because you need to see this movie to literally find out the answers, because it's a really hard movie to review, I'm not going to lie. Overall, guys, The Housemaid is definitely a kickoff to the end of 2025. I think this is definitely Paul Feig's best film. I think Sweeney's fantastic. Amanda Seyfried, definitely one of her best performances. Brendan Sklenar is also becoming rising in the film. The cinematography is great. This film is twisted. It is fucked up at a couple of moments. It is a film that is full of really unexpected surprises. It's absolutely an investing film from start to finish, that you literally just want to know what is going on throughout this film and what's going on throughout the characters and their mindsets. And it's definitely one of those movies that after you watch this movie, you want to see this film again to connect the dots that the film is presenting, because it is a mystery film. It definitely has some answers, but it's also a really investing, erotic, psychological thriller film that really brings it all to the table. And I think Paul Feig absolutely nailed that within this film, but it's all thanks to Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Brendan Sklenar. They really made this movie also worth seeing. Definitely a perfect date film, definitely for the fans of the books, but even for fans of like old school 90s psychological thriller films, they will really enjoy this film. This film has got something for psychological thriller fans out there. I would highly recommend you guys to check out The Housemaid as soon as you possibly can. This is absolutely one of the biggest surprises of this year, and I gotta say, for The Housemaid, absolutely go see this film on the big screen. So guys, that is it for 2025 movie reviews. If you want to see all the movie reviews, check out the playlist. Oh my gosh, guys, I cannot believe 2025 is literally ending. And of course, you know what's coming up next. My end of the year list for the year, my best list, worst list, surprising and disappointing. So of course, look forward to that. That is coming very, very soon. But I gotta say, guys, 2025 has been a pretty big year for movies, so I'm really excited to wrap these movies off with my end of year list. The times I've always been anticipating ever since the start of the year. So guys, have you guys seen The Housemaid? What do you think of this movie in the comments below? Do you like the film, hate the film? Is it accurate to the books? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Notify for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.